fine artist Judy Flores shares her love of Guam through her amazing batik paintings and writing. Her work can be found in many Guam hotels and businesses and in homes all over the world. They're collected by people who've experienced Guam and want a fine art memory of their time spent on the island. In fact, President Ronald Reagan received her batik painting of Inarajan as an official gift during his visit. Her passion for the island has also inspired her to promote island culture. Recently retired from the University of Guam, she serves as a member of the board of directors of the Guam Visitors Bureau and consults for various nonprofit community groups including the historic Inalahan Foundation and Pago Cultural Village that she helped found. Flores holds a master's degree in Micronesian Studies and a PhD in the arts of Oceania.
I've always been drawing, and especially drawing when I was younger, and then I took lots of art classes in high school. I grew up in Guam, so I've always been involved in art.
Flores would eventually start teaching at Inarajan Junior High School. It was around that time, in the mid-70s, that she would begin reading books about the art of batik.
And it was being featured in magazines, so I took some old cotton sheets and some RIT dye and melted some candles and tried it out, and it just gave Guam scenery just the look that I liked, you know, a very antique look, I guess.
For those of you who may not be familiar with the old art form of batik, it's a wax-resist dyeing technique. Melted wax is applied to a cloth before being dipped in dye. Wherever the wax has seeped through the fabric, the dye will not penetrate. Sometimes several colors are used with a series of dyeing, drying, and waxing steps. Thin wax lines are made with a janting, a wooden-handled tool with a tiny metal cup with a tiny spout, out of which the wax seeps. After the last dyeing, the fabric is hung up to dry. Then it's dipped in a solvent to dissolve the wax, or ironed between paper towels or newspapers to absorb the wax and reveal the deep, rich colors and the fine crinkle lines that give batik its character.
I've been doing batik since 1975 or so. There's definitely a step-by-step process that you have to understand, and then after you understand that process, and there's a process of screening out or preserving the colors that are already there with melted wax. So it's like doing a monoprint, really.
Flores said you start with primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, and then you can outline the design using a janting. From there you can fill in with color, and after you preserve the colors you like, you go to secondary colors. She says it's a process of knowing when to blend colors.
Once you get that, then you know, a light bulb comes on. This is always what happens in my batik workshops, is that they're all confused in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, that's what happens. And then, you know, you just have fun.
When you look at Flores' work, you'll find the beauty of the island in every one of her pieces. Her batiks are rich, colorful illustrations of Guam's past and present cultural scenes from her life in the southern village of Inarajan.
I've always been inspired by Guam scenery. I came here when I was 11 and grew up in the village of Inalahan, and just the memories of growing up there, and the people and the scenery and the village itself has always been an inspiration for me.
Flores has dabbled in other art forms such as oil and watercolor, and most recently has taken up wire sculpting and local clay. She admits she loves working with her hands. If you would like to learn more about Judy Flores, you can find her online at www.guambatikgallery.com. If you'd like to purchase one of Flores' spectacular batik paintings, you can stop by Framed Etc., located in Agana.